power, inshallah, 2028. Mr. Chairman, what we are witnessing today is a well thought out strategy and part of our reorganization as a party. You all recall, when we lost the elections, many of us were in despair state, to the point that there were several accusations and counter-accusations. But the party, in the midst of all the turbulence, constituted a committee chaired by revered Professor Mark Okwe, what we refer to as review committee, to go around the country to solicit views, comments from the rank and file of our party as to why we lost the elections. They submitted their report, and after they have submitted their report, the party immediately constituted an amendment committee chaired by Lawyer Frank Davis to look at the various aspects of our constitution that needs amendment and those areas that have not been captured by our constitution, to bring the constitution in real time to deal with current and future situations. Mr. Chairman, I'm proud to say that many of the issues which in one way or the other culminated in our loss on December 7, 2024 has been addressed in this amended constitution. We all know that one of the reasons why we couldn't get the needed votes to win our elections was apathy in our party. And it also stemmed from the fact that there were several former party executives who felt that they were neglected because they were former executives. But in our current constitution, I'm proud to say that we have expanded our electoral college to make room for former party executives, at least at the constituency, regional, national level, and even former members of parliament to have a voting right. All these are done to address the issue of apathy in our party. You also recall that in the elections, many people criticized our party communication. And there were issues that we've done so much, but we were not communicating our achievements, and there was lack of coordination even among the various communication directorates. Mr. Chairman, I know our revered historian and authority on constitutional law is here, Professor Mark Okwe. But Prof, you agree with me that one of our shortfalls or struggles, even from our forefathers when UGCC was formed, had always been on how our tradition been able to deal with propaganda and lies from our opponents. At least, I'm proud to say that with this new constitutional amendment, we have painstakingly looked at how our communication has been run in the past, even from the time of UGCC to date. And we have made reforms to make sure that we address issues of communication and prevent our opponents from always going with propaganda against our party. Mr. Chairman, I'm also happy that our party never again will we take security for granted. And indeed, with what happened in December 2024, the party going forward will forever take our security and intelligence as a very serious tool in our body politics. Mr. Chairman, indeed, we have a great tradition. Our problem has been on how to pass our tradition from one generation to the other, and how to recall the struggles of our forefathers, document it so that the current generation, the future generation, will be proud and learn our history. As part of our reorganization, the party has established what's referred to as the Patriotic Institute. Mr. Chairman, I pray that we all live long to witness the work that the Patriotic Institute will be doing in the coming years. And I can tell you that we are going to have committed young men and women who understand our tradition and will be ready to defend and work for our tradition. Mr. Chairman, I wish I could have taken my seat. But however, since we are talking about issues of constitution, rule of law, and democracy, I cannot take my seat without making comment on what has happened not long ago, which has to do with the judgment by the High Court in Tamale concerning Pandai parliamentary elections. Mr. Chairman, we know that the people of Ghana gave the NDC an overwhelming mandate in both presidential and parliamentary elections on December 7, 2024. And as a party, we respect that decision. This overwhelming mandate comes with huge expectations from the Ghanaian people, who are rightly so, expecting the NDC to tackle the issues of unemployment with their formula 133, as they promised during their campaign. The people of Ghana are expecting the NDC to tackle the issues of Galamsey, which is now worsening under their watch, posing an existential threat of our very survival. Mr. Chairman, nearly a year into their tenure, none of these have materialized. Instead, we have witnessed escalating abuse of incumbency and state-sponsored intimidation of political opponents and the media. We have seen the disturbing pattern of filing nolly prosecute to free their members who were standing trial for allegedly embezzling huge sums of money from the state. We have seen attempts to capture state institutions, including the Judiciary, and efforts to usurp parliamentary seats we have won or they have legitimately lost. Unfortunately, the Judiciary, which is supposed to be the last vanguard of rule of law, has suddenly been captured by the executive, particularly after the unlawful removal of the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Justice Araba Tokono. Today in Ghana, judges fear to dispense justice according to the law because they fear they may also suffer the same fate as Justice Tokono. Shockingly, some judges now invoke the words of dictators such as Idi Amin, with the famous pronouncement, "You may have freedom of speech, but freedom after speech cannot be guaranteed." And this is what comes from a judge. Others assume jurisdiction when none exists, issuing politically questionable rulings involving parliamentary cases. Mr. Chairman, on December 7, 2024, from all the 152 polling stations in Padai, results have been duly counted, announced, and declared by the Electoral Commission. It is interesting to note that in line with the results from the 152 polling stations, the NDC parliamentary candidate, realizing that it has lost the elections, decided to cause mayhem in Pandai, just as they did in Techiman South, Dominic Kwabenya, Afano North, Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, and Obuasi East. Due to the security threats at Pandai, the Electoral Commission decided to move the coalition from Pandai to Tamale. Mr. Chairman, it is also important to note that after the coalition in Tamale, our candidate, Honorable Martin Indam, won with 27,947 votes compared to NDC 24,213 votes. The chairman, it is important to state that contrary to the false impression created, which the court says that the parliamentary candidate of the NDC had no rep at the coalition center or was not present, the chairman, the regional secretary of the NDC was at the coalition center. The NDC parliamentary candidate did not show up at the coalition center because he knew he had lost. Mr. Chairman, in law, it is said that you cannot go to court and get what you have not asked for. In this particular case, the NDC candidate, somewhere 25th January 2025, decided to file petition at the High Court, challenging 41 polling stations out of 152 polling stations. The chairman, on 24th November 2025, the High Court judge gave a ruling, and it was expected that the ruling was going to center on the 41 polling stations that were before the court. But surprisingly, the High Court judge went beyond the 41 polling station and annulled the result of 152 polling stations. Mr. Chairman, this is very abysmal, disheartening to our democracy. Mr. Chairman, because we are a party of rule of law, we have decided to file an appeal on this judgment. And again, also raise serious issue of jurisdiction of the High Court on this matter. The chairman, you recall that earlier this year, in the case of the Republic versus High Court Koforidua, ex-party NS Kumi, the court unanimously, chaired by Justice Poma, held that the date of Gazette notification of the Electoral Commission was 24th December 2024. At that time, there was contention as to whether the date was 6th January or 24th December. The chairman, the court unanimously said 24th December. This was after the NDC has presented their exhibit, what we refer as Exhibit A, to confirm from Ghana Publishing that the date that the parliamentary elections were gazetted was 24th. So that ended the matter. The chairman, there is a reason why under PND's Law 284, the representation of the people's law, it is stated in section 18 that before a person can take a matter to court, first, the Electoral Commission should have gazetted the election results. Then, after 21 days, then you can take the matter to court in the form of a petition. Mr. Chairman, it is interesting to note that in this case, the Gazette was on 24th December, but however, the NDC filed on 25th January 2025. That is 32 days after the date of Gazette, breaching the 21 days rule. So, Mr. Chairman, the question that we are asking is, where did the judge get the jurisdiction to be able to sit on that case after the time limit has expired? And indeed, the party has caused our Director of Legal to file for a judicial review by an order of certiorari at the Supreme Court. Mr. Chairman, this is clear. And everyone who reads the law, the PNDC Law 284, knows that this is very clear. But however, we are waiting to hear what the Supreme Court will say on this matter. Our friends from the media, we are invited here not to empathize, sympathize, or side with us. We have welcomed you here to, one, serve you what we refer to as political notice, that power is transient. If you will not talk, if you will not provide a role to check this current government, when the table turns, don't come and blame the NPP government. You have seen the attempt by the NDC to take control of the judiciary. You are aware that now judges live in fear. And sometimes, in panic and in fear, they give certain judgments which beats our mind imagination. It is time for you to speak. But as I said, we are not here to empathize with us. We don't need you to side with us. But be on the side of truth. Be bold and speak the truth, because power is transient. The chairman, on this note, I thank you very much for this opportunity, and I wish all of us a wonderful program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the General Secretary of the party, Justin Frimpong-Kodia, for that update. As I promised, there will be a few more acknowledgements to do. Let me take the occasion here to acknowledge the presence of Ambassador Barbara Bensa. She's with us. I have with us here my very good friend, Kwesi Chey, the coordinator for PWCs of our party. Kwesi, I see you right there. Thank you very much for coming. I see the Honorable former Minister for Roads and Highways, my father, Honorable Amwakwata, in the house. Also, I see a former National Treasurer, Mr. Abankwa Yeboah, with us. Also, I see in our midst the former MP and Minister for Fisheries, Madame Elizabeth Afulekwe. I see you there. And also Ambassador, and I'll be mindful he likes the excellency to be added, Ambassador Mike Okwe Jr. I think I saw him earlier. Thank you very much for coming. I have a few more acknowledgements to do. The Honorable Henry Corte, how can I miss that, is here in our midst. Very nice to see you, sir. So there'll be more introductions to be done here, but I will not be forgiven if I miss this very important one. Dr. Kwesi BSc is with us, a member of the Council of State's Ad Hoc Committee, I think actually the chair of the committee. Thank you very much. So far, so good. I thank you very much for your comportment. We are moving on quickly. We're getting to the meat of the program. At this point, permit me to invite the chairperson of the Constitution Amendment Committee, Mr. Frank Davis, who is also the chair of the party's Constitution Legal Committee, to come and give us his address. Well, with a clap offering, they've done such a yeoman's job. They've done such a yeoman's job. It has been an 8 months running program since they were appointed in April this year. They have shepherded the program, the amendments of the party's constitution. Today we're here to launch that constitution. We can be a bit more excited for the good work they have done.
The acting national chairman of the party, the general secretary, the chairman for this auspicious event, Professor, Right Honorable Professor Aaron Maikokwe, our former chief of staff, Honorable Akosia Frema Osei Opare, the chairman of the Council of Elders, Honorable now Dr. Akman Ousu Ajiman, our deputy minority leader, Honorable Patricia Piaget, MP Asukwa, the Venerable Dr. Ado Kufuor, former Vice Presidential candidate, Honorable Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and the former Minister for Energy, former presidential aspirant, and now aspiring national chairman, Honorable Boachi Jakun, members of the Council of Elders of our great party, former ministers of state, former members of parliament, current members of parliament, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our committed party activists, national officers of the party, our friends of the media, both print and electronic. Good afternoon, and thank you all for honoring this invitation. The road to this event has been long, but we are finally here. The Constitution Amendment Committee was constituted by National Council, and we had a singular task: to collate the amendment proposals, write it into amendment motions, and have the motions carried at the Delegates Conference. Indeed, but for two amendment motions, all the other motions were carried. We were then tasked by National Council once again to put the amended Constitution in code print. We have succeeded in doing just that. And this afternoon, we will launch the amended Constitution 2025. It is a singular honor and privilege, speaking for myself and the members of my committee, that this constitution, amended one, will stand the test of time. Many other proposals came, and naturally, other party members were worried that theirs did not find favor. But it is so with all other constitutions. It is not everything that will reflect. It is the core, the really core values of our party which definitely matter. But I can say for myself, and the generality of us all gathered here, that the significant landmark in this amended constitution has to do with the progressive limited expansion of the Electoral College. This has been the bane of the party. Most of the party grassroots supporters thought they had been sidelined. But now the college is expanded, and we are looking forward that by the year 2028, we will get to Professor Michael Kwei's one man, one vote. I think we deserve to applaud ourselves at this stage. Yes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my task is done. We will launch our amended constitution, and I invite the following persons to join me do the launch. Let me invite our chairman for the launch event, Right Honorable Professor Michael Kwei, to join me here. Yes, Mike, Prof, down here. No. Let him stand. No, here. Our acting national chairman, Dankwa Smith Bute, please join us here. The general secretary, and of course, my good self. We also invite the leadership of Parliament. The leadership of Parliament, Mama Pat, the Rosalinda of our time. And now there's gender bias. So we'll also invite the former Chief of Staff, Honorable Akosua Frema Ose Opari. Honorable Akosua Frema Ose Opari. No, David. And then our chairman of the Council of Elders, Honorable, now Dr. Hackman Owusu Ajiman. So, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. We launch our amended Constitution 2025. DJ, give us our party song. DJ, what are you doing? DJ. We are the new patriotic party. We are the new patriotic party. The elephant is a winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. The elephant is a winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. We shall win. Let's all sing, please. Henry Quante, sing. To save Ghana. Henry Quante, the elephant, speak, sing. We shall sing to save Ghana. The elephant is a winning symbol. We shall win to save Ghana. Yeah.
Are you ready to wave your flags? Are you ready? Wave.
She, radora. She, radora. Okay, members, you can take your seats. Now, Now I invite the members of the launch committee. Nanabi, Eben, please come. Nanabi, Eben, Sandra, Betty, Edie, where's Edie? Sandra, Betty, Edie, join us here. And Antoinette Tibudakon. Be so. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the amended Constitution, fresh. Please take it around and let them see it. Let them see the Constitution. The amended Constitution.
Sympathy down to a zero. Nobody will let go. Politics says politics. Your body go tell you. Say I read down. Nobody go tell you. Your body go tell you. Don't run the weather now. Do you feel what I feel? You say you do, but I don't see. You say you know what I'm going through, but I don't know, so I don't.
Now, okay, please come, Nanabi. Eben, please come. Betty, where's Betty? When I mention the name, then you take it. When I mention the name. When I mention the name, then We are going to do a very simple exercise here. And please lend us your maximum support. Young lady, can you, young lady, please. I want to see, please. Please, I want to see the people who buy for me, please. Please, move away from there. Move away, let me see Titus Glover. Move away and let me see him. Where is he? Please move away, I want to see Titus Glover. Move. General, please don't go. It's not time to leave, please. General, don't go, please. Oh. I'm the doctor. Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, otherwise known as Napo, you are buying the first copy. We are auctioning it to you for only 50,000 cedis, only. Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, Napo, the first copy for only 50,000. Right. Please, for the cameras, let me sign your copy. Please. Every is a loan. We auction it. That's not a loan. There is a Madam Freeman, we are. Now, we have auctioned the first copy. So we have set the stage. I'm not going to mention any more sums. But I did will be actually 50,000 in team. So when to be on top 50,000. Now please, bring. One goes to Honorable Boachi Ejaku. The next one goes to Honorable Frema Oso Paris. The other goes to Mama Pat, Deputy Minority Leader. What? Bring another one. Bring one. Then other. The other goes to Bute. Oh, no more from there. Yeah, I will skip and go to Honorable Henry Porte. Oh, please bring them. I saw the former Minister of Finance. Where is he? Where is he? Please give it to him. Please remove from bread. I want you here. Okay. What? Okay, now let me mention, and then you come for it. Please, don't get upset. Just go and do your work. The representative of Dr. and Mrs. Baumia, Kojo Savapoku, can you come forward? Yeah, two.
Yeah.
The General Secretary of the party.
Well, you're welcome back into the studios. That was a live broadcast of the NPP's launch of its new constitution, newly amended constitution. Following that July Delegates conference, the party has successfully amended its constitution, one of the measures the party believes will propel them to victory in the elections for 2028. We're going back there. My colleague Hanson Ajiman is standing by, and he's joining us live now. Good evening, good afternoon to you, Hanson. How much are you paying for a copy of the constitution? I can see that some people are buying it for 50,000 cedis.
No, Hajia, you haven't bought from me, please.
Well, but at this moment,
Fati,
it's a party that is selling to its
Fati,
senior
not to
members.
our
There's
son.
no particular cost at which they are selling the book, but I'm told that
Honorable
the running
Jose
mate
Bozuamo, I haven't
for
forgotten you. Please
Dr.
come.
Mahmoud Baumia, the person of
Honorable Jose
Dr. Matthew
Bozuamo.
Kukukrempe, he picked the first copy for 50,000 Ghana cedis. After that, the chair of the amendments committee, Frank Davids, noted that he was not going to mention any particular price,
Washington.
but is giving out
Washington.
copies
Receiving one
to
on
various
behalf
persons
of
who are
President
here
Donald Kukufor.
at the NPP headquarters, seeking to get them to make their own
the rep for
monies, or
Honorable
to say
Kennedy
that to pledge a certain amount, or to set the amount at which they intend to buy a copy. And so that is still ongoing. There was a speech by the General Secretary of the party and the person of Justin Frimpong Kodia. He indicated that the proposals and the recommendations as contained in the amended constitution are set up in such a manner that the party at the end of the day will address the issues that affect them or affected them in the lead up to the 2024 general election, which led to the party's loss. And so one issue he talks about is the neglect of the structures of the party, including former government appointees as well as former executive officers and former appointees of the party, who indicated that they were neglected by the party as well as party members. He says that the current constitution seeks to engage everybody and to prevent this idea of neglect which resulted in apathy. He also talked about issues relating to the communication of the party or the communication strategies of the party. Currently, as you're aware, the communications director of the party is appointed by the National Executive Committee. But he says that in recommending a new structure for the communication team, the party went as far back as the pre-1957 period when UGCC was formed, and when the NPP, tracing the NPP's history throughout this period, all to the point that the NPP in all its forms, whether UGCC or whether the UP party, have not been able to deal adequately with the issue of propaganda against the party's history. And so for them, they have structured the communications wing of the party in such a manner that they will be able to decisively deal with issues of propaganda. One other issue he talks about has to do with election security. He says that the NPP seem to have overlooked their internal security going into the 2024 general election, and he said they paid dearly for it and they intend not to do that again, and he used the words never again.
Thank you very
the
much.
Party's security going
So
to
the first 25 copies
Now he took the
of the
opportunity
amended
to
constitution
address issues relating to the Pandai election, and he
have been
says that the
duly
NPP
launched
disagree with the decision
and auctioned.
and its substance, and also
To the first place, they have jurisdiction to hear the matter.
on the argument of jurisdiction. The General Secretary of the NPP argued that if you look at Ghana's electoral laws, the parliamentary election can only be challenged within 21 days after the publication of the Gazette notice for election. His argument is that the Gazette notice for the parliamentary elections, including that of Pandai, was on December 24, 2025. However, the NDC in Pandai, together with its parliamentary candidate, went to court on January 25, 2024, and this is some clear 14 days or 15 days after the mandated 21-day period for which they were required to have gone to court to challenge the election petition. The question the General Secretary asks is that then on what basis did the High Court judge assume jurisdiction of the matter, and says that is the reason they are at the Supreme Court with a judicial review application seeking for a certiorari order to pass the decision of the court. Aside this, they are also making the argument that the decision of the judge in itself is wrong in law, and also is not in tandem with the evidence that was before the court as far as hearing of the matter is concerned. And as a result of this, they say they've also filed an appeal at the Court of Appeal in Tamale, seeking to overturn this. But all in all, he raised issues about how the judiciary, in his own view, seemed to have been taken over by the NDC government. He says that the NDC seemed to have taken over the judiciary following the Rabasaki Tokono, and he says judges seem to be in fear in delivering on their mandate, and says that some of them, because of this fear, they tend to render judgments that are not in line with law, but because they are afraid of being kicked out of office just because according to him, the the former Chief Justice Gertrude Sake Tokono has been removed from office. And so these are the points that the NPP is making. Copies of the Constitution are being sold to various members of the party who are here at the moment. And I must say there's a representation of the parliamentary caucus here. We are told that pretty soon someone from the parliamentary caucus will be speaking, and that is the deputy minority leader, MP for Asokwa, will be speaking, and so we'll be going to pick the comments from the
deputy minority leader,
our
Mother Patricia Epieje. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MC. Mr. Chairman, I stand on the existing protocols to deliver this message from the minority group or caucus in Parliament of Ghana. It is a great honor to stand before you today as we officially launch the amended constitution of the new patriotic party. This occasion is a milestone in our party's journey of renewal and strengthening. After months of hard work, reflections and broad consultation, we have updated our party's constitution to better reflect our values and the lessons learned from recent experiences. These amendments were adopted by an overwhelming consensus at our National Delegates Conference on 19 July 2025, and they embody our collective resolve to improve how our party operates. As a proud member of this great party, I fully support these constitutional amendments and the positive change they represent. The NPP has always been a party of progress and principle. Our traditions values internal democracy, the rule of law, and the grassroots participation. In keeping with the tradition, the leadership tasked a committee to review our constitution. Following the recommendations of the 2024 Elections Review Committee, the committee received over 300 proposals from party members across the country. And today, we unveil a constitution that incorporates those ideas, aligns with one-time tested principles, and updates our rules to meet current realities. This amended constitution is our blueprint for a stronger, more inclusive NPP that is ready to face the future with unity and purpose. One of the core goals of the constitutional amendment is to deepen internal democracy and broaden participation in our party's decision-making. We recognize that to remain the vanguard of democracy in Ghana, we must first practice it within our own party. These amendments mark a decisive move to deepen internal democracy and decentralize decision-making power in the selection of our leaders. In practical terms, this means more members of our party family will have a direct voice in key decisions than ever before. Each of these changes is practical and action-oriented. They are reforms that will be felt in the daily life of the party, from polling station meetings to national council decisions. By expanding participation, we are saying that every member's experience and dedication matters. By clarifying rules and roles, we are equipping ourselves to work more efficiently and avoid internal disputes. This amended constitution balances respect for our time-tested traditions with adaptations to current needs, ensuring the NPP remains dynamic and forward-looking. Fellow party members, passing these amendments is only the beginning. The true test lies in how we come together to implement them. We stand just weeks away from a crucial internal contest. On 31st January 2026, we will elect our flag bearer for the 2028 general elections. This upcoming presidential primary will be the first conducted under our new rules. Party unity during and after this process will be paramount. The expanded electoral college means that thousands of party members, from long-term elders to grassroots activists, will have a stake in its outcome. With such broad participation, it is natural that competition will be very keen. However, we must remember that competition should not breed division. All aspirants and other supporters must campaign with discipline, respect, and camaraderie that are party values. Our leaderships has already shown a commitment to enforcing discipline and promoting mutual respect among contenders. Earlier in this year, the National Steering Committee and Council of Elders convened meetings with prospective aspirants to address tensions and emphasize unity. We affirm today that any internal disagreements must be resolved through dialogue and in the spirit of camaraderie. We cannot afford to let internal misunderstanding threaten our collective focus. Mr. Chairman, as we launch the new constitution, having launched the new constitution, I appeal to every member of the NPP to let these rules guide our mindset. They call for openness, inclusion, and fairness, and so should our behavior. Let us engage in healthy debate over ideas and vision, and stop the personal attacks. Let us celebrate the diversity of talents in our party without fracturing our unity. There is far more that unite us than divide us. At the end of the day, we are one family with one mission, that is to return the NPP to government to continue the development of Ghana. That mission can only be achieved if we come out of 31st January primaries as one unified force. Mr. Chairman, party elders, regional and constituency executives present, our Council of Elders and Patrons, you have been given an even greater voice under these amendments. And with that comes the responsibility to be agents of unity. Use your influence to mend fences and encourage collaboration. Our external branches now have increased representation and voting rights in party decisions. To our brothers and sisters abroad, stay engaged and know that your contribution to unity are valued at home. Every member listening to me at every level, the NPP needs you to play a part in fostering unity as we choose our leaders. If we stay united, disciplined, and focused through the primaries, the Ghanaian will see a party that is mature and ready to govern. Another worrying development under the current NDC administration is the apparent politicization of state institutions, which we must look at, particularly the misuse of the security agencies and the judiciary against the opposition. We have consistently called on President John Mahama and his government to halt the continuous weaponization of the state security and the judiciary against political opponents. Unfortunately, those calls have fallen on deaf ears. We have witnessed actions that are unprecedented and deeply troubling in Ghana's history. As Justice Araba Isaba Tokono, who was suspended and effectively removed from office under circumstances that raise serious questions about executive interference. The Marnan brothers and sisters, I know that one concern on the minds of many supporters of our party is reduced numbers in parliament after the 2024 election. It is true we are small minority caucus than before. This is a new experience for our party. In the Fourth Republic, we have not faced such a gap in parliament in a long time. But let me assure you, we may be fewer in number, but we are mightier in our resolve. The minority caucus remains rock solid, united behind our leader, and absolutely determined to hold the Mahama government accountable every day. In fact, attempts by the majority to exploit our smaller size have only backfired and made us even more cohesive. I want to state unequivocally that Minority caucus cannot be intimidated. We are as strong and united, and any extra pressure will only strengthen our bonds. In conclusion, I want to remind us that constitutions and rules alone do not win elections. People do. It is our collective dedication to the ideals enshrined in the amended constitution that will make the difference. Let us therefore commit today to live out the spirit of amendments. Let us demonstrate tolerance, unity, and hard work in all our party activities. If we do so, I'm confident that we will not only have a successful primaries on 31st January 2026, but also rejuvenate a party ready to convince Ghanaians that we deserve their mandate once again. Fellow patriots, the New Patriotic Party has been the engine of Ghana's development in the past because we coupled our ideas with actions. Today, we have taken action to reform ourselves, to put our house in order. This inspiring moment will ring hollow if we do not follow through. So I urge all of us to let us implement our new constitution to the letter and in spirit. Let us continue rebuilding together with our values, strengthening the bonds of unity, freedom, and democracy within our party. When we do that, there is no challenge in 2028 or beyond that we cannot overcome together. Thank you all, and may God bless the New Patriotic Party and our nation, Ghana. Together we shall rise in victory again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the Deputy Minority Leader, our mother Patricia Epieje. We're going to move on quickly. We have the representative of the former president, His Excellency John Ajekum Kufuor here in the person. Dr. Kwabena Edubafo is here. We're going to move on. The next speech we're going to hear is by our own mother, speaking on behalf of the former president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Our mother, Akosia Frima Osel-Pare, will be here to give us a word from the former president. Let's welcome her with a clap offering, please. Please, the program is not over. Let's settle down. Let's settle down. Please, those of us standing in front of the office, please, can we give way so that we can have a clean program? Yeah, so right after here, we'll have a refreshment for our dignitaries behind us in the Patriotic Institute room, just very light refreshment. Now we have our mother here to speak on behalf of the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Thank you very much. The former Speaker of Parliament and Chairman for this occasion, the Chairman of the Council of Elders, Deputy Minority Leader, Acting National Chair, General Secretary and Leadership of the New Patriotic Party, the 2024 running mate of the NPP, honorable members of Parliament, former ministers and former members of Parliament, former MMDCs, former CEOs, distinguished party members, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you are aware that the president is out of the country for a very important assignment, and he's asked me to deliver this message. And I read, I'm very delighted to be part of the launch of the 2025 amended constitution of our party as we walk towards building a resilient and a united party that will stand the test of time. Just launching a document, we are recommitting to the very soul of the new patriotic party. That is our enduring principles, clear processes, and a collective commitment to a common cause that will transform the new patriotic party. Firstly, let us offer our profound gratitude to the leadership of the party, the National Council, the Constitution Amendment Committee, led by the hard-working lawyer Frank Davis. You have worked tirelessly for months in order to compile the 2025 amended Constitution. A special appreciation to the countless patrons at all levels who contributed by sending proposals and recommendations for the consideration. This amended 2025 Constitution is a product of introspection, real-life experience, and quest to work hard, hand in hand, towards recapturing power in the near future. That is 2028. You have done a great service to the party, and I commend you all. Distinguished patriots, under the timeless principles of the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition, the pillars of right to freedom, justice, and the rule of law are not just for Ghana, they are the bedrock of our internal life. Our party is a dynamic force, and a force to be effective, its channels must be clear, its structures be fair, and its gates open to the best ideas and brightest talents. We should therefore not only see our constitution as a rule book for managing disputes, but our party's operating system for rebuilding a united front. The amendments we unveil today on party discipline, internal democracy, candidate selection, expansion of our delegate system have a single aim. That is to strengthen our internal justice, our internal freedom, and our internal rule of law for a formidable party. It is about ensuring that every member, from the polling station executive in my hometown in Zebila to the national chairman here in Accra, understands the framework that binds us in our pursuit of political power to serve our nation, Ghana. Therefore, my charge to us all is this, that the 2025 amended Constitution should not be left to gather dust on the shelf. Let us internalize it. Let our officers study it. Let our members understand it. Let every aspiring leader commit to its letter and spirit. Let us remember that a constitution is only as strong as the willingness of its people to abide by it. At this juncture, I'd like to charge the Patriotic Institute and the IT Directorate to adopt creative digitalization approaches in disseminating the information in this constitution. In our efforts to bounce back in 2028, let us know that our political opponents are not dozing off, let alone snoring. With the amended 2025 Constitution, we must remain united, focused, and disciplined. This is how we continue, this is how we can continue to secure our legacy and leave a stronger party for generations to come. This is how we will continue to prepare to serve Ghana again with even greater dedication. God bless our great party, the New Patriotic Party. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for the kind attention, for listening to the contribution of His Excellency, former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Thank you very much.
Thank you, our mother, the former Chief of Staff, for that brief message. We want to briefly take a message from the former President, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor. He's not able to be with us, but he has sent a rep to give us a word of encouragement.
Good afternoon. I'm standing in for former President Kufuor. He wanted to be here today with us, but just this morning he wasn't feeling so well, so he asked me to come and stand in his feet for him. He has a few, words for our gathering here. He wants us to remember that our tradition is the first tradition that brought political party to Ghana. UGCC. It's our tradition that brought UGCC. Therefore, we have to be mindful that we are the first to bring political partyism in Ghana, and we should be proud of that. And our philosophy is about liberal democracy. The Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition is about liberal democracy, where democracy is for the people, by the people, for the good of the people. So we should be mindful of that. This philosophy, it should be reflected in our constitution, and it is. And therefore, it is good that we are expanding our constitution to give the chance for many people to be part in the selection of our leader in line with liberal democratic principles. So he's happy that we should be able to use this constitution, allow more people, so that the rancor and bickerings that normally comes will go down in our selection of our leaders. And he's calling on us to be very mindful that we use this constitution to the letter. We have to be fair, we have to be mindful of the rights of everybody. If we're able to do what the constitution says, that it should be done in the selection of our leaders, and we do it in a fair and just manner, he believes that those rancor and bitterness that happens whenever we choose leaders will be a thing of the past and to be good for the party and the whole country. This is a small message that he has for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Edubofor, for the former President, His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor. At this point, I'm looking for the chairman of the occasion. I see his seat is vacant. Sandra, please, can you get somebody to locate the chair for me? I think he stepped out quickly so we can take his remarks. Okay, I understand the chairman is engaged. In his stead, if it's possible, I would pass the mic to Honorable Dr. Hackman Osuajiman to represent the chair for a very brief closing remarks. Whilst he makes his way, I just want to encourage all of us, having glanced through the amended Constitution, every page of it echoes unity. And I believe that with unity, there is no force out there that can stop the New Patriotic Party. There is no election that can withstand our momentum, and victory will be ours if we work together as a united party. Here comes the chair of the Council of Elders to represent the chairman of the occasion for his closing remarks.
Kukrudu. It's a pleasure to stand instead of my good friend, my younger brother, Professor Michael Okwei, and to thank all of you for coming, to thank the press, our leadership, and all members here. But one important point that is to make for our members here today is that political parties are put together to win power. If you don't win power, you can never execute your ideas and whatever you stand for. So being together, working together with one single aim to make sure that the next election, we win the next election. There's no but. There's no if. We have to win the next elections if we work hard, if we stay together, and if we are guided by the new constitution, we will be able to do that. Sometimes my heart bleeds that when we're trying to set this party in 1992, the PNDC did everything possible to make sure that we did not succeed in putting together a political party. We fought very hard through the Dankwa Bujia Club and eventually for our party. And when we have worked so hard, then comes the time when democracy is now operational in this country. Then the people who were opposed to us, who were opposed to democracy, who endorsed military rule, are now using the same thing to sort of persecute us. The time has come for us to work together, to understand that when we work together to put democracy in place, it's for the betterment of this country, and not for those who are against the system to now use it against us. So on that note, with the result from here, that we are all committed to making sure that we win the next elections. I thank you all for coming. God bless you, and God bless our party. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. But before you leave, he's closed us officially, but before you leave, please let's take the closing prayer from our Deputy General Secretary, Professor Haruna, to finally let us leave. And right after the prayer, DJ, if you can put in the party anthem for us so we can dance our way out. Thank you.
Thank you, Director of Communications. Almighty Allah, we thank you for bringing us together from the beginning to this particular stage. Many people came from far and near. We pray that you send them back successfully. Whatever activities that we are doing here, going forward, we call on you to guide us and protect this party and the tradition of the new patriotic party for a victory in the 2028 elections. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, ihdina siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amen.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I see the able MP for Bantaman, the Honorable.
Hello to you again. You're watching Channel 1 TV. That was the launch of a new and improved constitution for the new Patriotic Party. In this constitution, the party expects to kickstart the rejuvenation of the party ahead of the 2028 elections. And you heard speaker after speaker urging unity amongst members of the party, especially as they head into that crucial presidential primary next year on January 31. We'll now return to regular programming here on Channel 1 TV. Keep watching.